Hey, greetings, Chinook Assembly. I want to give you an update as to what's going on with COVID-19, how it affects us, and especially in light of the governor's remarks yesterday at the press conference and what he said about churches being able to open this Sunday. I want to give you some clarity on what we're doing as a church and the process that we've gone through to come to that conclusion. And so I want to read his directive so that we know exactly what it is he's saying about churches. In his directive, he says, effective Sunday, April 26th, places of worship can become operational with reduced capacity and where strict physical distancing protocols can be maintained between non-household members. Places of worship should avoid gathering in groups of more than 10 people in circumstances that do not readily allow for appropriate physical distancing. So I want to share very quickly with you this morning our plan, our process, and our principle, really the why of the decision and what that looks like. And so our process has been that we have our health team, which was instituted by our leadership team at the beginning of this COVID crisis. And so this health team has been meeting together every week to discuss the information and the best recommendations and what to do to present to our leadership team so that we could pray over those recommendations and decide what to do going forward. And so that process has worked very well. And with our health team meeting yesterday to discuss what Governor Bullock has decided in his directive, and also meeting last night in an emergency deacon meeting to discuss this very thing, we came to the conclusion that after much of that discussion and prayer and time spent on it, that we are going to refrain from our on-site service this Sunday, April 26th. We're going to refrain from gathering here on site. We're going to continue to be online only through April 26th. And then each week after that, we're going to look at what's happening and we're going to monitor the situation with our health team and our leadership team. We're going to be in constant communication as to what's going on in reference to Sunday. And so we don't have a date yet. We're hoping that we can begin to meet soon. But we're looking at how to have the best possible plan in place for when we meet. And so I want to explain a little bit to you of what that looks like. We acknowledge that although it is permissible and we have been given the permission to meet, we also understand that not everything that's permissible is beneficial to us. Just because they say you could doesn't mean you should, because there's some other things that are at work in that. And so we acknowledge the wisdom of the process, the importance of loving well and reopening well, just as it was important for us to move to online only and do that well for the sake of people, for the sake of each other, and for the sake of the world that's watching. It's important for us to do that well. We also feel it is important for us to reopen our services on site well is also. And so we want to make sure that we're doing that in the best of our ability with most wisdom and love that we possibly can. And so with that, we understand that there's a longing and a yearning. Your pastor is longing and yearning to be able to be with you. I miss all of you. This is so crazy that we haven't been able to gather on site as we've done for so long. And so I look forward to being able to gather together at some point soon. And so we're working out what that looks like. But we also know the importance and the wisdom found in not rushing the process, but trusting the God of the process. Our God is not a microwave God. He doesn't look to rush us into things. He's about process. He doesn't forsake the process. It's one of the reasons why Christians need to have the fruit of the Spirit of patience in our lives, is that there's times where he calls us to wait and to rest and to examine. And we believe as a church that we're in the middle of that season and that we're coming to the end of that season and moving to a new normal, and that time will come. And we're wanting to be faithful to the process and wanting to be faithful for your sake and for the gospel's sake in our community, that we do this well because people are watching. And we want to be able to communicate to the world around us that we love them and that Christ loves them. And we want to be able to open well and we want it to be a celebration. Really, we want this to be a well thought out celebration when we return to our on-site gatherings as well as our online gatherings. We want it to be really well thought out. So we're working on the plan. so that we can reopen well. And we're going to let you know what that looks like. So each week, we're going to make sure that you're updated as to that upcoming Sunday and what the plan is. And when we know a date of opening, we'll let you know. And we'll let you know what that process looks like and what that plan looks like, so that we can come together in the best possible way, so that we can gather together on site and online. And so I encourage you in the meantime to continue to engage in online services. I encourage you to check out our new church online platform. I really strongly encourage you, if you've been doing Facebook and you've been doing YouTube, I encourage you this Sunday, give this a try. See if this works for you, because it blends two really great things. Facebook has been great for the interaction and the chatting and people being able to talk back and forth. It's been great for that. YouTube isn't as good for the conversations over the chat. And so we found a church platform that's free to us as a church that really works well, that allows us to blend the two. It's called ChinookAssembly.online.church. I encourage you to check it out. It's a website. During our start time at 10 a.m. on Sunday, you can get on that website and the service will begin, and then there's an area where you can chat. Here's the cool thing, is that the video is fed through YouTube, so it's the same style, same format, same quality, which has improved. And so you're able to put that service up on your TV or on any of those devices. And the cool thing about this is that with Church Online, you can have it up on the screen, and then with your device that you put it up on the screen with, you have all the chat ability. And there's buttons, there's interactions, there's different things that happen in that chat that you can interact with us together. So there's way more togetherness that's available through ChinookAssembly.online.church. So I encourage you to check it out this Sunday, 10 a.m. Be connected to our online services, our online material, the different things that we have available. Stay connected to that. I also encourage you. They changed the naming from social distancing to physical distancing, which I love the change, because I don't think we have to be socially distanced. We can be intentional about what we do with our social engagement. And so I encourage you, reach out, encourage one another. Be the body of Christ, even if it means you can't meet in their home. And so I encourage you to do that. We love you. I look forward to being with you again soon. Blessings on you.